Welcome to the Candle Business Coach podcast. I'm your host, Kirsty Allen, and I am the Candle Business Coach. I'm also a mum of three and a kindness advocator. This podcast is all about making and selling candles, business development, and mindset, delivered to you with advice, inspiration, and motivation in a new episode every Friday. This episode is brought to you by the Membership for Candle Makers, the Candle Makers Collective. Becoming a member gives you access to fortnightly online group Q&A coaching sessions to support you, monthly online workshops and trainings to help you grow your business, plus frequent expert guest speakers to inspire and teach you. You'll also have access to an ever-growing resource library with templates, guides, planners, and ebooks. But my favorite aspect of the membership is our exclusive Facebook group for accountability, connection, and support. So if you're looking to take your candle business to the next level and learn more about the Membership for Candle Makers, click the link in the show notes for the Candle Makers Collective. Welcome back to the podcast, my friend. I'm very excited to share with you two beautiful souls, Jules and Amanda. Now, Jules and Amanda were my students in a past round of Candlecraft, and I thought it would be fun to bring them on tonight to talk about their experience with the course. So, Jules, would you like to introduce yourself to the listeners?
Absolutely. Hi, guys. How are you all today? I'm Jules, as Kirsty said already. I have a little business called Luna Hayes Living. So I'm a wellness advocate, and I have a wellness business, which I am very excited to share with you along the way. It originated from the learnings that I've had over the last decade or so with meditation, mindfulness, Reiki, and candle making, of course, to put it all together and bring it to people with my past learnings in the hope that I can help somebody else too.
I love that. It's so beautiful. And I love how you're so passionate about bringing what's important to you out into the world, knowing that it will benefit other people at the same time. Amanda, would you like to introduce yourself?
Oh, hello. Yes, so I'm Amanda. I am the owner of Esh Candles. I have a little bit happening. So I've got another job, which is at the moment, my full-time job, and I'm an allied health assistant. So primarily worked with aged care and community. But so candles is my side business, but I do have a massive passion for it. I'm a lover of all things nature. So I try and just infuse a bit of that, as well as, my passion for all things craft as well. So I just love to infuse it all together. Also love wellness. Yeah, anything that can bring some happiness into the world and to other people.
Now, I'd love to know, ladies, when it comes to your business, or let's try and look back to 2023 before you found Candlecraft, what were some of the struggles that you faced when you first began making candles?
Struggles for me, really, it was the testing and finding something that pertained to candle making specifically was really tricky. There was a few Facebook things that shot up over the years, but nothing specific to help you guide a business, if that makes any sense. I did find that a bit tricky.
Yeah, I kind of felt like I was alone in the whole process, and I was turning to Facebook to try and find some answers and things like that. And then I kind of started second guessing myself, not knowing where these people were coming from. So I thought I'd try and find somewhere professional, someone with experience to be able to guide me in so many different areas.
Because there really is so many different areas to try and focus on. Not only is it making the candles, making the most safest and well-performing candle itself, but then you need to market your products that you're creating. And that's a whole other ball game when it comes to running a business. There's the marketing, there's advertising, there's going to markets, selling online. There's a myriad of different ways that you can run a business. And when you feel like you're alone, or if you feel lonely on that journey, when you come up against a challenge, it's a lot harder to persevere. Not for everyone, but for many of us, it's difficult to find that strength to keep going, that motivation to get into momentum. So would it be fair to say that you were both looking for something to help you on your journeys?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Finding an expert in the field, specifically to crafting, candle making, was really, really tricky. There wasn't a lot about it. It's kind of like if you meet people in candle making generally, they're very helpful and we like to share our knowledge, but finding it on an online was really hard, especially through the COVID years. It was kind of like a closely held secret for a lot of people. A lot of people were willing with regard to how to propel your business forward. It was quite closed ranks, I found.
And it was a bit tricky, especially to sift through responses with a group, you know, in a group of 10,000 people that you didn't know, and not knowing who was genuine, or the people you didn't know what experience these people had. They were just using their own personal experience, not knowing if they had issues and things like that as well. So it was a little bit hard to navigate, that. So just looking for something more specific and a little bit more personal.
It's so interesting that both of you come to the candle making and to your businesses with different experiences and skills and knowledge, and yet you came up against the same issue or challenge, that finding resources and finding information that was consistent and helpful and supportive is quite a challenge to put in one place. But that's where Candlecraft comes in. So I'd love to hear your thoughts of when you first thought, when you saw the course online.
Yeah, when I saw it, I just remember thinking, oh my God, this has like everything that I need if I want to build my business. Like, if I want to build it, then this is what I need to do and figure out how to do it.
Absolutely, Amanda. I completely agree with you. And there was no doubt when I saw it, I was jumping up and down it's inside, and I was so excited to see it, because there are so many business courses out there, but a lot of them are pertaining to being a coach or, this or that, but nothing specifically for a candle making business that gave you all the tips and tricks that you could ever want. There was marketing, there's social media, there's Instagram ideas and reels, and there's everything that you could ever need to set you up really well. It's a great foundation.
I think that's one of the things I really love about the course, is that it's really great for beginners that are in the early stages of growing their business, or perhaps transforming from hobby into the business stage. But it also gives the support and encouragement and guidance for more experienced candle makers as well. And I love that when the group was together for our weekly lessons and our weekly coaching calls, the experience that was shared between the candle makers, it was like this, how do I explain it? Like, it was like this sacred, special group that were willing to support one another. There was no gatekeeping. And I think the fact that people that joined the last 2 rounds were so open-minded and kind-hearted really played into being a supportive environment for everyone.
And it didn't matter like at what point of the journey that we were at. Yeah, that was really good to be able to still support each other.
Yeah, it was great.
What made you sign up for Candlecraft in the end? What was the thing or the things that made you think, I want to be a part of this, and then joined?
For me, it was, like what I was saying before, like if I kind of done what I could do myself, and then in terms of crafting and everything, and like I still needed troubleshooting with making my candles and things like that. But it was all the business side of things and everything else that came along with it. I thought, if I need to expand my business, if I want to grow, then I need this, I need all this extra info and support.
And for me, it was something Amanda said earlier about it's quite a lonely space to be in. And the thought of meeting up with other like-minded people, I always think you can learn little nuggets of everybody. We've all got something that we can share and we can all learn from, even though we're all from different walks of life. We all love candles. We love scent. We just love the craft of it for whatever reason. And for me, that was really attractive. And you get the golden nuggets with all the, all the other bits and bobs, the business know-how. And it was the best. That's what made me go for it. And I thought it was really fantastic value. Yeah.
That's so true as well. Just having that community, different community as well, like knowing what each other are going through, like what we're going through. That was really good too.
That's how you both met as well, was through Candlecraft.
Oh, definitely. Not only do we have a shared interest in candles, but I'd like to think that we made really good friends, and we all just cheer each other along, and we follow each other on Insta, and, we just become firm friends, and it's lovely.
It's so beautiful to see friendships develop out of the course and out of similar passions and similar interests, but there's no competition. It's very much about that community spirit and that collaborative approach to building the business or building all of our businesses. So I'm so glad and so humbled that the friendships are still so strong, even though the round that you two were in was last year, and it's over 12 months since the last round was run.
She's all right, I suppose.
What can I say?
Now, I'd love to know, when we did the course in, I think it was April 2023, we met for 6 weeks, twice a week, once on a Monday night to do the weekly lesson, and then once on a Thursday night to do the coaching group calls. How did you find managing your time during that 6 weeks?
Fine, absolutely fine. I didn't find it an issue. I just scheduled it in my diary and that was it, just turned up.
Yeah, it was the same. I told my family. I said, gave them the heads up on what was happening and what I'd signed up for. And yeah, I needed this time off from the kids and close the door, don't bother me kind of thing.
Love that.
If that's the only reason people sign up, just to have some time for themselves, oh, that's perfect. I love that.
That's a good reason.
But I managed it pretty well. And, I thought to get, all I could from the course, then, needed to be committed. So I had to take the time to do it. Yeah, carve time out for it.
Yes, that is such a good way of looking at it. Carving out time to prioritize something that's important to you. Yes, our families are important. Yes, we've got to do the house chores and we've got to work our jobs. But if we start our side hustle, our side passion, and we want it to grow, we need to actually invest time and effort and resources into it. And what I love about the course and the people that sign up for the course is that they've made that decision. It's a firm decision to say, I'm prioritizing this. I want to grow and I want to be guided and supported along that journey. And I love how both of you have taken that in your stride and continue to grow since, even like before the course as well, but since doing the course, you've still remained committed to your businesses and you're growing as you go along. And I think that's very inspiring. What would you say was the most beneficial aspect of the course? Was it any particular modules that we covered? Was it the community aspect? Was it a combination of everything? What did you find the most beneficial?
I think it was a bit of a combo of everything. Definitely the community. I love how, we're all still part of the group and I learned so much. I'm not too sure. I've always had an issue with social media and what to post and things like that. So knowing, like a bit of a structure and being really in depth, like all the pillars and things like that we learned about and you expanded a lot about, that's really handy.
Yeah, I would agree with you, Amanda. It's actually hard to pick one thing.
Yeah.
I think it was just, for me, it was the community actually and sharing of knowledge.
Yeah.
Specific knowledge. And I found that, Kirsty, the way you delivered the course was so easy to follow. It was in really nice chunks that you could go away and digest. And then if you have any questions, you can come back a few days later and, I wasn't too sure about this, Kirsty, what do you think? And then everyone else has an opinion and their sharing of the things that they found too. I think that's the most valuable for me, honestly. It was really good.
One of my favorite parts too is when we would come together, because the Monday lessons, they felt more formal and obviously was delivering information, delivering resources. But then when we come together on the Thursday, it was a bit more relaxed. We could ask our questions, we could connect with one another and really form those connections that you just don't get outside of a course like this. And I think when you can look back and really pinpoint the benefits that you felt and experienced and how they're still playing a part of your journey is really incredible.
I mean, they're still playing a part of my journey. I've learned one thing is that I'm more tenacious than I thought. I've just kept on going, held that firm belief, always had the candle craft in the back of my mind, keep coming back to it all. I just keep going over the course notes as well if I'm unsure of anything. And it's just helped me a lot and just kept me focused. And yeah, it's been really fantastic.
That's the awesome thing though, is that we've got, you've still got the notes to refer back to.
That's right, because each week we do obviously the presentation side, so the weekly lesson, but then I give the slides to the participants to go over and look through, as well as a homework spreadsheet to refer to and reflect on. So don't freak out when you hear the word homework. There's nothing too strenuous. It's more just to apply the knowledge that you've learned and reflect and draw any questions from that to ask a few days later at the Q&A coaching session. Did you find the course overwhelming, or did you feel out of your depth during the 6 weeks?
Not at all. I just couldn't get enough of it, actually. It was just, it ended and it was like, oh, we could go in another hour, please. It was very quick. It felt like 10 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Amanda?
It went super quick, and the homework that we had, and it's always there just to fill out in your own time. So, you fill out as much as you can. And yeah, it was really good. I really enjoyed. I think for me, the way I work is that I need to be held accountable for things. So that really worked in my benefit. Yeah.
Did you enjoy having the community in the private Facebook group as well during the course?
Definitely.
Yeah, it was good.
It's nice because you can ask your questions, you can stay connected, and you don't have to wait till the Zoom sessions. There's the community that you can stay in support with, which I think is really important.
Yeah, absolutely it is.
All right, let's have a little chat about the actual modules of what we cover in Candlecraft. So in week 1, it's know your niche. So we cover how to identify your niche and your target market, because not everyone is your ideal customer. We get specific on who the right customers are for each business that comes to the course. We learn strategies to stand out in a saturated market, and we uncover mindset shifts because we all have mindset muck to work through. Did this week help refine who your target market and who your ideal customers are?
Absolutely, for me. And that was, again, going back to the homework, having to actually have a think about it, write it down. It made a lot more sense, to be able to do it that way and, narrow it down.
Yeah, and for me too, it just reconfirmed. I'd always had it in my mind. It just gave a little bit more oomph behind it, a lot more clarity. Thought I knew who my target market was. It just helped me hone in a little bit.
In week 2, we covered different tools and apps. So these are tools and apps that will help save you time and improve effectiveness in your business. Task management, graphic design, inventory management, different tools, different apps, different programs and softwares. Did you find this particular week beneficial in that it was new information, or did you feel like, oh no, I already know all that?
No, it's definitely new for me. Was it for you, Amanda?
So much.
So much. It
all
was
of it.
Oh God, I can do that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, all of it. But I still use, so the apps that, we went through, the Inventora, all the...
Don't give away all the secrets, Amanda.
Sorry.
No, I'm just kidding. I've talked about that plenty of times on the podcast.
But definitely the apps, some that I need to be using a bit often than what I do. But but no, that was very handy. That was, another one of my favorite topics, actually.
In week 3, we covered social media and ways to sell. So we chatted about how you don't need to be on every platform, what your content pillars are, which you mentioned before, Amanda, how to decide on your weekly content for your socials, and how to schedule your content as well. Would you say that the learnings within this week helped to solidify your social media plan?
For me, absolutely. Yep. Again, just having a bit of a structure, whereas previously, before this, I'd just be randomly posting whatever came into my mind, but knowing that, there's a bit of a structure behind it just made me think a little bit more before posting. So it was very handy.
I will confess I'm still a bit backwards on the social media. So I am beginning my journey, and I will definitely be swashing up on those notes all over again.
And that's the beauty, is that you've got your notes from your own note taking, but also the resources from the course, which is you have lifetime access to. So it's good that if you learn something in the course and it doesn't necessarily fit at that point in your journey to apply it, you can then come back to it at a later stage, because everyone that joins the course is at different stages of their journey. So some things you'll learn and think, that's amazing, but I just can't apply it, or it doesn't apply right now, but it will apply in your business journey at some stage. In week 4, we covered email marketing, which is one of my favorite topics, where we learnt how the algorithm can't impact your inbox, how to set up your email marketing, questions to ask before sending emails to your list, and discovering the power of automation. Now, ladies, how confident are you now with your emails? and setting up an email list and generating growth in that department?
I think the information you gave was superb, and I've definitely got it on ready to go because I find email marketing really exciting. I think it's very personal, actually, and I can't wait to get stuck in, which is going to be soon. So looking forward to that.
Yeah, it was quite a solid module, that one, with, again, like so much new information that I wasn't aware of.
In week 5, which was the second last week, we covered advertising. So we learnt about the what, where, how, and why with paid ads, collaborations, competitions, and giveaways. Do you feel like the information in the course confirmed what you thought about advertising, or was it new information for you?
It was a mixture. It confirmed a lot of things that I'd done on previous business courses. But again, it was just delivered in a clearer way and an easier to follow way.
Like I'd known about, and for my husband's business, I think we dabbled a little bit in paying for that, like doing paid ads and things like that. So I was a little bit aware of it as well. But again, just like definitely a lot more in-depth information about it.
And then in the final week, week number 6, we went through some business boosters. So daily prompts to kick your business into overdrive, how to take control of your social media content creation, and how to discover new ways to attract customers and receive repeat sales with your different products. When you had a look at the resources that showed 30 days worth of strategy for different ways of building your business, did that excite you? Did it overwhelm you? Did you feel like it gave you some structure?
I was excited by it, but also equally overwhelmed because I know for me, social media is a necessary evil. I just don't love the thought of it. But the fact that it had the 30 days of structure is really, really useful.
Yeah, just having the structure there, does help, definitely.
So part of joining the course is that you not only get the 6 weeks worth of lessons and the 6 weeks worth of coaching calls, you also receive some bonus resources. So when I ran round 1 and 2, there were 4 main resources, being the market guide ebook, the wholesale ebook, the social media content prompts, and the customer growth booster. This round we've added in, I have added in 2 more resources, 2 more bonus resources. That is a social media planner and an illuminating success journal. When you saw these resources, did you realize how in-depth they were going to be?
No, not at all. I was very impressed. Particularly for me, my interest was markets, and there was so much information on there. It was fantastic. Loved it.
I love the market one too.
Yeah, and even the wholesale one was very knowledgeable, and it made me realize I'm not quite ready for that one. Yeah, fantastic. Really, really good.
And that's the thing, like you can put a lot of information into an ebook or a resource, but you want it to help fast track the person who's reading its journey. Like there's no point just throwing information out for the sake of it. You want it to actually help save the other person time. And I think when you look through those resources and you realize, yes, I want to go down that path, and this is the single source of truth that I can rely on to get my information, that's one thing. But as you said, Jules, you can also look at it and think, A, I'm not ready for it, or B, I don't want it. And that's okay too, because it at least shows you enough information to then go back to your instincts and say, okay, is this a path I want to go down, or is it perhaps, do I want to take my business in a different direction? So the idea of the resources is that it sort of casts the net wide for different avenues of growing your business, but not everything will necessarily be the direction that you want to take. And that's okay.
100%. Yeah. The fact that it's there and you can read through it, like you say, yeah, that's for me, that's not for me. So that really, really does help. Whereas you might have gone down an avenue by yourself and got halfway through it and gone, uh-oh, I really don't like this. But to have that information up front, it saves a lot of hours.
Very handy. Yeah, I was saying the market one really helped me. I think when we were going through it for the first time, I just told you I was doing my first market, and you're like, hang on, this is in here. And I'm like, oh my God, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And I've only done 2 markets, but there's a checklist in there and it's just amazing. Like I've used it twice and it's just, super thorough, and it's helped so much because there's just so much to remember when you're doing a market and just starting off, and it doesn't all just roll off your brain.
No, it doesn't. And you can get lost in the Google rabbit hole trying to find all the information. And basically what I've done is I've done that for you. I've spent time, I've researched, I've pulled out all the best bits and put it in the ebooks so that you don't have to go down that path of spending hours and hours trying to find the information. It's just there at your fingertips. And I love how those are included in the course, because and this is all the resources, is that they're also vital in different ways for different parts of the business. And as I said before, different resources, different weeks that we cover in Candlecraft will be more impactful than others depending on where you are in your journey. And it really does solidify the path that you're on, but helps to illuminate other ways to grow your business as well. And I think that's part of the fun of growing your business, is that you don't necessarily have to stick to one particular way of growing. There are so many different ways, and the resources and the lessons in Candlecraft help to show you what those different options are so that you can figure out how you want to grow your business.
Yeah, I think the expert guidance in all of that you provided was a standout for me, because like you say, you could waste hours and hours and hours trawling through Google, but the fact that you brought it all together in this really easy to follow way was immensely valuable to me. And, actually, I want to thank you again. I've thanked you before, but I want to thank you again for that, because it really was an enormous help.
Thank you for your thank you. I appreciate
You're welcome.
you. Is there anything that you learnt that you weren't expecting during the 6 weeks?
Yeah, for me. Sorry, Amanda, if you were going to go first. I was shocked to learn that I had to dig deep on myself, and that it wasn't just about candle making. There was a whole lot of other questions that came up. Can I do this? Can I do that? A lot of self-development as well. And I did learn, like I think I said earlier, that I'm more tenacious than I thought I was. I fall down, I get back up. And to me, that was really good to learn, because I wouldn't have said that I was a weak person, but I think that I'm quite strong, and I've held this belief that I can do this. And it might take me a while, but I will do it. You just see.
You will. I believe wholeheartedly that you're closer than you think to making breakthroughs in your business.
I would agree with that.
I think for me, it was more just learning everything as a package, like just as a business in a whole. Like I was quite confident with all the candle making, well, as confident as I could be with all the actual candle making. But then I think after the course, it was more just like, oh, wow, I feel like more of a business person, if that makes sense.
Definitely.
Just having all that knowledge and being more confident with knowing what I'm doing, and knocking that imposter syndrome on the head.
Yes.
And also 100%. To be easier on ourselves as well. I think we're all very hard on ourselves and we want to be perfect. And it was stand out for me was to learn to be more, a bit more gentle on myself, really.
Isn't it funny that having a business is almost like doing a self-development, like a personal development 100%. Course at the same time? And that's why you shouldn't do it alone.
Glass of wine, chocolates, lie down, have some therapy.
You can't grow your business without growing personally. And I think the people that come to the course, the people that are intrigued by it, is that you realize that it's so much more than just the products. It's so much more than just selling. There's you growing as a person. There's you growing as a business owner, and being able to identify as a business owner is really a powerful mindset shift. The benefits that you can get from committing yourself to an official or a formal way of learning like Candlecraft, as opposed to just Googling everything yourself. There's a shift that takes place because you've made that investment both with time and money as well, because obviously the course isn't for free, but you're able to reach that next level of being in business.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And the confidence that grows with that as well. You might already be confident in what you're doing anyway with your product, but it's that extra support, I think, from the whole group. And the fact that you're doing the course, yes, you've invested money, but also you've invested the time in yourself. And then the people around you on that course just lift you up too. And it's just like all of a sudden you go from, can I do this, to, yes, I can do this. It's a major difference, actually.
It was so lovely seeing all the little faces that are at the start of week 1, just seeing the glow increase and the confidence shine. And as the weeks went on, when we got to week 6, just seeing you all on the Zoom and seeing more empowerment and more confidence and just feeling more comfortable with yourself and your journey, knowing that you'd learnt all this information in a succinct, compact way, but then we're able to apply it into your business to then grow your business in the direction that you choose is so empowering. And to see that and then see the friendships develop from that as well, it's just one of the many reasons why I love this course, because it benefits people in so many different ways and in ways that you won't expect, but it's all so beautiful.
Yeah, empowerment is a great word. Yeah, it was special, Amanda. It was fantastic.
A couple more questions before we wrap up, because I could talk about this all night. Do you think the financial investment of doing candlecraft is worthwhile?
Oh, 100%. I would do it all over again. If I didn't know everything already, no. Do it all again. Oh yeah. If you're on the shelf about even just thinking about it, I'd just say do it. Do it. You're not going to lose anything. In fact, you're just going to gain more and more from it.
So worth it. Like, it's your time. Like, think about all the time you're Googling things and you don't know where they're coming from, and your sanity and knowing that it's all in just a nice structured package. Like, it just makes such a difference. It's just peace of mind, like knowing, you've done the research and it's all set for you. It's definitely worth. And what you were saying before, Jules, I haven't been too involved with other business courses, but I have seen a few things out there where
this is specific to candle making. It's specific to product, whereas a lot of other business courses are more for people wanting to be coaches. And so for this, and the expert knowledge of Kirsty, you've been through everything before. You've done markets, you've done candles. Your expert knowledge that you've brought together for us is, it's above and beyond, and it's exactly what I was looking for, and I didn't know I was looking for it. So
very great.
Oh, you guys are so sweet. All right, we'll wrap up with one last question. What would you say to someone who's considering signing up but hasn't yet made the leap?
Definitely sign up for it. You know that, once you do, you won't regret it. Like, you'll benefit so much from it. Really will.
100%. What are you waiting for? just do, as the Nike advert says, just do it. That course just set me up, so I wouldn't even contemplate it. I would just do it. It's definitely worth it.
Amazing. Thank you so, so much, Jules and Amanda, for your time tonight and for sharing your wisdom and your thoughts on Candlecraft, the online course for candle makers. For any of the listeners that would like to get in touch with you, maybe to ask any follow-up questions for Candlecraft or just to follow your journeys, where can we find you online?
I'm on info@esh.com.au.
For me, at Instagram, lunahaze.living.
Beautiful. All right. So if any of the listeners want to get in touch with either Jules or Amanda, feel free to contact them, ask questions, just say hello. They're both very lovely. I highly recommend them. They're beautiful souls, and I'm so grateful for both of you tonight.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you, my friend, for listening to this episode. Check out the show notes for all the links mentioned throughout the conversation, and please subscribe to the podcast so you don't miss any future episodes. And if you're feeling inspired, I would love it if you would write a review for the podcast and give a 5-star rating. Thank you so much, and have a beautiful day.